right, good evening, everybody. Hi, I'm Hotrod Bob, and you've got GAAS, the great American auto scene, coming to you live and direct from our studios high atop the GAAS building in beautiful downtown North Hollywood. With me tonight,
the GAAS building.
Yeah, we've risen to the second story. But it's with us in studio tonight, Randy Kerdoon from KNX1070 and talking about cars, along with our normal co-host Bruce Barker working all the dials and switches.
Normal.
How dare you? Normally, I know it's only sitting on the dryer, but you are here with us. And we've got some great stuff in line for you tonight. We're going to be talking to the people at Forge Line. We got a great video from them, and they are going to be telling us all about their exceptionally good wheels. And I watched the video on how they make them and such, all made in the USA in Ohio. So they're not a California company where everyone thinks hot rodding began. Hot rodding and modifying it, it's all over the U.S., and Forge Line's going to be with us. Stacy Bertram's going to be calling in for the Fabulous Ford Show to talk about the biggest Ford show west of Dearborn that's going to be happening this weekend. And then Randy's going to talk about the Chrysler Performance West show.
That's right.
Yes. And we're going to be talking about Mopars in the park. So it's called Spring Fling. But
I was going to say Mopars in the park is something else.
It's something else, but they're going to be in there. So we're going to be talking all about that. And we're going to have a discussion a little bit later on, time permitting, which was the best muscle car.
Oh, boy. Let the
Ford.
opening of the can begin.
Right,
hold on, he's giving you a choice.
I'm giving you a choice.
Okay.
We're going to be looking at the Roadrunner, Superbird, and the Torino Talladegas. And we'll talk about those, the good, the bad, and the kind of funky.
That's some pretty good choices to start with.
It is. And right now, we've got someone with us from Forge Line Wheels to talk about their great products and give us some insight. I'm Bob Beck. Who do we have on the line?
This is Steve Shard, the founder of Forge Line. How you guys doing?
Steve, wow, we got the big guy. I'm glad you called in. You've got a great product. I watched the video, and I was amazed. I knew about your product. I've seen the wheels on cars, but your video gave us a lot of information. Wanted to tell us a little bit about the company, and I think Bruce will be playing the video in the background so you can watch it on the screen as well.
Well, fantastic. Hey, the quick background is if out there in L.A., if you know of Dayton Wire Wheel, the low riders and such, well, that was my dad. That was our dad.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Dave and I are brothers, and so we were making wheels when we were 13, lacing spokes and running the chrome plating line during the summer. So, we've been in wheels for a long, long time. And my father and I, back in 94, decided to we saw this niche for a customized race wheel. Back then, a lot of cars, you couldn't buy anything custom, and especially made in the United States. And so we decided to come up with this idea of a forged wheel with big brake clearance. And, we started in 1994. And what's kind of ironic is in 1995, we actually had our first championship win with Peter Cunningham in an ST World Challenge Prelude. And kind of just went from there. We just based everything on American made. Our dad was GM, and he always felt that American made was the way to go. And it kind of started from there, and Dave came on board, and I finally realized that I really wasn't a person that can run a business. I'm more of a people person. So Dave came on board, and he started running the company, and I went more onto sales, and from there it's kind of history.
Well, I think he just wants to be on radio and podcasts and stuff.
Good. Yeah.
You want to be the
voice.
You want to be the voice guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have the face for radio. Dave has the good guy.
Yeah, Randy and I have been talking about the same thing recently. But anyway, we're looking at the video online right now and looking at some of the wheels. Man, you guys make some extremely wide wheels. And one of the things that I've noticed lately on wheels, and not necessarily lately, but when I was a kid and we put wheels on our cars, the offset was to the outside. Today, we see the offset to the inside.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit about that?
Well, a lot of that has to do with suspension. So the newer cars have higher offsets. And what's really kind of crazy is even the Mustangs and the Camaros, they have higher offsets on the rear than on the front now, which is really driving us crazy because normally you want a bigger dish on the back than on the front. And it just has to do with, what they're kind of designing on how they think a car should be set up. And it's definitely different than the way you and I grew up, where the front wheel had a high offset and the rear wheel had a low offset. And it's I've never really been able to talk to an engineer about it and why, but most of the front wheel drive stuff is all higher offset, and they're trying to get the scrub radius a little bit more neutral, but it's just modern cars versus older cars.
Well, I'm looking at the wheels on the cars, and there's a variety of cars on screen right now, Porsches, Camaros, Mustangs, and so forth. And your wheels have the tires fitting perfectly with the edge of the fenders. I mean, it's just a perfect fit. You don't have to sit there and widen your fenders or anything. And looking at the width of the wheels, you've got some great choices in wheel sizes.
Well, again, like we said, we build them one at a time. Everyone says you build them four, but we really build them one at a time. And we've done custom jobs where the axle was a little bit different. It wasn't centered in the rear. We had a 1811 with a 5-inch backspace on the left side and a 5.5-inch backspace on the right side. So,
wow.
We can do whatever's needed. And that's kind of the difference than a lot of the other people around here. And you just have to look at details. I think that's really the key.
I'm curious. I just saw a picture flash here in the video of a 61 Chevy, and I was looking at that, and I'm thinking, well, wait, that almost looks like, little hubcaps in there, and also, full hub, yeah. Full wheel. So is that something your company? There it is, right there. Is that something your company does as well?
Yeah, I mean,
well, we were looking at all the other ones.
We don't do.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So it looks like a rally wheel, but it's aluminum.
Yeah.
Well, it's what we call a Steely. It's an OE1, and so they didn't make those in 19s and 20s.
Okay.
And so we made a copy of it that accepts the 9-inch hubs, the hubcaps. And so we can, customize 19 by 12 with a 4-inch backspace, but it looks like a rally wheel, or what you call it.
Okay.
And the heritage stuff is a big deal. We're doing very well with, the retro. We have a lot of the different, the grudge wheel, the rally wheel. I think a lot of people are looking to have that heritage look with a modern concept to it.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at this, and I'm putting together a 56 Chevy wagon, and was debating on what I'm going to do for wheels, and I really don't want something I don't want the traditional 5-spoke, and I don't want anything really modern looking. But that's retro design with current technology. I love it. That is great. Now, if someone wanted to take a look at your product line, where is the best place for them to go?
Forgeline.com. It really is. We have a new website. It was just put up about 6 months ago. We obviously are on Instagram and Facebook, but Forgeline.com is the best place.
Okay, and your heritage dates back to, like you said, your dad's company, Dayton Wire Wheels. That was the mainstay for lowriders here in Southern California and probably worldwide. You had the best spokes. I mean, everyone. It wasn't just the look. You had the quality, and now you're carrying that over into aluminum and forged wheels that they're not only being used in the street, but I think the video said you're doing something like 40% of your wheels go on race cars?
Oh, 50%.
50%.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're homologated to the Ford GT4 Mustang, the Camaro, the Panos. It's a little bit different now in racing, where you used to be able to build your own race car and go to the track. Now you pretty much have to buy it from a factory, and the wheels are homologated. And pretty much any professional race that you go to, the only American-made wheel is Forgeline. There's no way around it. And we deal with Pratt & Miller and Multimatic, and we do a lot of stuff with Ford and GM. the only reason why is because they know, A, we use the best quality. We use APP forgings, and they're from California as well. And we have the engineering and the 25 years of background to know what we're doing. And it's really cool. I'm getting a little older in my age, and I'm very proud of what we've done as a family and what we've done as an American company.
All right, great wheels, Forge Line wheels. I do appreciate you calling in and being exposed to your wheels. I've seen them on cars, and I never really gave it that much thought. But you want to go racing, you've got a race quality wheel that you can put on a street car, and it's factory stock, basically.
Well, the thing is that when I started the company, the tires weren't all that great.
Right.
The OEM tires now have as much grip as racing tires did in the 90s.
Sure.
And so you really just can't put on any wheel that you want on some of these sports cars. And even OEM wheels, they're having issues with OEM wheels because maybe they didn't do enough testing, especially on impact. Mm-hmm. So, when you're looking at something and you wanted a real performance, you want to increase your the performance or the ride quality in this, whether it's Forge Line or whatever, you should really do the research as to who's making the wheel, how long they've been in business, and look at the weights and the quality, and then make that judgment whether you should spend that kind of money or not.
All right, you got a wheel with the side loads needed for racing and tires that we currently have on the market. I do appreciate you calling in. Forge Line Wheels. Want more information about it? ForgeLine.com. Check it out.
Awesome.
Check out the great lines on the beautiful wheels, and look at how wide they come. If you're watching us on right now, I mean, if you could get as much tire as you can buy. You want steamroller-sized tires on the back of your car, you can have the wheels with the side loads to take it. All right, Steve, thank you very much for calling in. We do appreciate it. You have a great day, and thanks for calling in with Forge Line.
You too. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
You know what I'm stunned most, I think about, is just the sheer amount of styles you can get.
Oh, yeah.
It almost feels endless.
It does, and the styles are really contemporary. You're not looking at an old-school style wheel. You're not looking at something that's borrowed from somebody else's design. They've got some true original designs, some great-looking wheels, and if you listen to the video, it's on, I think it's on my site, on Facebook. You can listen to the video in their words, and they talk about side loading and how the tires today have so much grip, like Steve started to talk about, that the OEM wheels and the wheels of the past just can't handle it, and they're going to break when you go into a corner real hard. A street car today is putting out more, it's getting more grip than a race car of 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's great. And Bruce, we've got to talk about 20, 30 years ago. We got a great video about the 1965 Mustang coming up, and
unbelievable.
It's just a great car.
Mustang. Ask Harvey B. When he looked over a Mustang hardtop at his Ford dealers, he discovered some pretty unexpected features inside. See? Bucket seats, vinyl upholstery, full carpeting, all standard. Then, wham! Harv dreamed of victory at Sebring. Sat tall in the saddle with enough horsepower from his six-shooting engine to carry his dream out to the high country and on to a wild new wave of excitement. Discover the fun only a 65 Mustang can bring. Just about anything can happen. Maybe it will happen to you.
Mustang, Mustang, Mustang.
Its family name, Firebird, an Indian symbol that promises youth, beauty, and strength. And in 1977, the Pontiac Trans Am is destined to become America's #1 sports car. Trans Am styling is aerodynamically designed for outstanding road performance. a 3.5